Hello, this is Valiant Peak and another tent introduction. This one is the Sierra Designs High Side 1. Quite an unusual tent this, but I rather like the design. It's very wind resistant and surprisingly a lot of space for very little weight. The minimum pack weight on this is 880 grams and the sort of package weight would be around a kilo. So actually very good weight. Lots of features in here, and we're going to talk a bit about one of the main features, the excellent porch area or vestibule area that you can adapt using either trekking poles or if you're cycle touring or bike packing, using attaching those guys to the bike itself and having a vestibule. Great thing about this tent is it has a very small pack size. It's only just over 12 inches long or 30 centimeters, so it will very easily go into panniers or packs, and making it much easier than larger poled tents. Let's have a quick look round the tent. We'll start here. There's a vent here at the foot end. Plenty of guying out all the way along there. There's a zip point here at the bottom and a zip point here, and we'll go into the tent in a little while and I'll show you how the vestibule works. Coming around the back side of it, you see more guying points out there. The fly's made of a 20 denier ripstop nylon, and the ground sheet is a 30 denier ripstop nylon. You've got another ventilation point here. All of these have got struts, so you can close these down. And quickly back round here, and then you can see there. So quite an unusual design. Takes a little while to get used to pitching it, but the instructions with the tent are excellent and it doesn't take very long to get it sorted, and all of the clips and things are all color coordinated, so very easy to put up. So what I'm going to do is to take you inside. So the zip is here, so I'm going to undo that zip and get inside. So this is a view inside. It's a complete mesh inner. There's a two-way zip that runs all the way down to there, and it's quite easy to get in. There's a tie back on this door, there's a tie back on the inner. I'm just going to get inside. So I'm now inside the high side 1. There's plenty of room in here, surprisingly roomy. When you consider that the weight of this, around about kilo, can weigh as much as, let's say, a bivvy that you might use on its own, not under a tarp like our Ultra bivvy, but a bivvy on its own, and it's the same sort of weight. You get a surprising amount of room in comparison. You obviously got the vestibule here, and we'll talk about that, but actually you've got a head height, and you can see where I've hung my little lantern there, head height of about 32 inches, and the actual length down to where my toes are, well, past that down there, is actually close on 7 feet. So actually a pretty tall person could use this, and there's a reasonable amount of room. You've even got room to get some kit down here all the way along, and have a mat. This is a winter mat. There's your other ventilation point, and as I said before, there's a ventilation point right down the bottom. All mesh area, and got a nice size pocket here as well. So quite a lot of there, a bath tub style floor as well. So all in all, quite a bit of room in here, and I don't feel claustrophobic in this at all. Actually, I really rather like camping in this thing, although it's sort of a bit small, I suppose, compared to one-man tents. It weighs practically nothing, and it's surprisingly versatile. You've got another zip point there, and you can see at the back there the sort of poles at the bottom. I'm not sure you can see the pole at the top, but there we go. So what I'm going to do now is to use my trekking poles to increase the porch area. So I thought just before we put the trekking poles up, I've rolled that right back, so you can just roll the door back normally, and then you can completely roll it back. There's actually another tab on the roof as well, which allows you to roll the whole thing back like that, and you get you a sort of indication of the sort of scale of things, and actually a surprising amount of room really for a tent that weighs around about a kilo. So let's put these poles up. So 2 trekking poles up now, and you can see the sort of size of it. It's actually really quite big. We'll go inside in a second, but just to show you there, the trekking poles just go into these loops here on the top of the door and the bottom of the door, and included in there is the guy lines and pegs supplied for this, so there's no additional things to take. Here's the other one. I've just angled that a bit. But I'll get inside, and you can see I can sit up here, no problem, up here. I can do some cooking, I can get out of the sun and the rain, and as long as the rain isn't coming from this side, you'd be fairly well protected, or you can just pop yourself inside the actual main shelter and be able to have a good view of an evening. I think it's a fantastic sort of idea, and you know, you don't always see this on tents. Got a few tents coming out now that are doing this, but I actually think this is a great idea. So let's have a look at the bag. This little bag here, it's all it is. It's what they call like a burrito style bag. Tiny thing, only 12 inches there, because the pole sections are really short. So if you're cycle touring or bike packing, really easy to get into panniers, or if you want to hike with a small backpack, good for that as well. So I'm just going to run down a few things with it. So let's just finalise on this. You've got a 2 pole set there at the bottom and the top. They're made of DAC Featherlight aluminium. You've got DAC V-style pegs. The body is a 20 denier ripstop nylon. The ground sheet, all completely taped, is a 30 denier ripstop PU coated ground sheet. And then a 15 denier all mesh inner, 2 ventilation points, one at the foot end and one up near your head, 1 pocket and one little loop for hanging your torch or lamp there. And the length of the tent is around about 7 feet. So bear in mind that you've got, if you have a look here, a relatively small area, you'll be able to get someone in pretty tall in this thing, no problem. You've got the vestibule, which can be configured in a number of ways. You don't have to have the 2 trekking poles up, and of course you don't need trekking poles at all. You could actually tie this to some sticks if they were about, or actually just tie it to your bike, which I've done before. Thanks very much for watching.